Hey Aquarius, welcome to your August general tarot reading. Aquarius Sun, Moon or Rising. I'm Leonie Nicole Black. It is a pleasure to be here to serve today. There's a lot of background noise today, so I apologize for that, but I thought you'd prefer to have your reading over silence, over like perfect settings. So it is here, a couple of announcements for you. Most of you now know I'm no longer doing private readings, so you can't book with me one-to-one for a reading, but I will be doing extended. So after we go over this general reading, you'll be able to go to my website nicoleblack.com/extended to view the extended Aquarius reading for this month. The link will be in the description box. Also, Aqua, we have ASTROMIXER back on Friday the 30th of August. It's this month, end of the month. It's my astrology games night. It's for self-aware adults. It is super, super, super fun. There'll be more about that on my Instagram page, Leonie Nicole Black, where you can see trailers and clips from last month and just more details, so check that out. If you would like to come, tickets are available at nicoleblack.com/shop. Again, link in description box. Let's get into your message. So, I'm going to be honest, Aquarius, because that's just who I am. I saw your cards and I was like, nah, Spirit, I'm not actually trying to talk about this. No, and I messaged my good friend and I was like, yo, I don't really want to do this message for Aquarius. And she was like, just channel the message, girl. So fine, here I am, showing up to give you a message. And let's just... these cards. Okay, so... straight out the gate for you, Aquarius, you get the Lover's card in reverse here. I'm going to show you the next card too. You also have the Two of Cups in reverse. And I'll be honest, I normally spend quite a bit of time just like looking at the cards for a bit, at least 5 minutes or so, really understanding the messages. But I felt for you, it would be best if I just channeled it straight without too much contemplation. So the energy that I'm really feeling from the Lover's card here and also from the Two of Cups in reverse, Aqua, is that you have a choice or a decision, to be honest, or maybe had in past tense here with the Lover's card and the Two of Cups, because I feel like this reversed card is also like a road that closed to you, you know, that this pathway was open, it was something you could choose, it was higher purpose, it was in alignment with you. And I feel like you were also choosing between this energy here and another one. Okay, so I feel like this was a path of higher spiritual growth for you, likely a relationship. It could have been a work situation, not really work, I would just say work, but it could have been sort of a way to structure or organize your life, right? That would have meant more spiritual development, that would have meant you digging deep with yourself. And then you had something else on this side which was, I believe, a bit easier for you to deal with, maybe more transparent, clearer, less messy, maybe, in your opinion. We know, Aqua, that you don't like overwhelming emotions. You don't really enjoy people to be emotionally confusing, and I feel like whatever this energy was here, this person or the situation, to you just seemed neater, clearer, easier to deal with than the higher spiritual path that was asking you to engage with and address your shadow here. Now, either you just didn't make a choice, Aquarius, and you kind of just stood in the middle of these two energies, likely, yeah, that is what happened, likely maintaining both in some way, not really choosing one path or the other here, because you have the Two of Swords in reverse, which is a refusal to make a decision, a refusal to face what's in front of you, a refusal to respond to your intuition here. And I feel like what's happened is that you've actually lost both. Now, this Lover's card is a cycle closing out, a choice that's been removed from you, to be honest, Aquarius. And with the Two of Cups in reverse, I feel like this is both the energy of regret, but also I feel like some of you are now in relationships and connections with people that's not of the highest alignment for you. And it's almost like you've now been locked in some way. So you might have fallen pregnant yourself, or someone else has gotten pregnant in the situation, and it means that you've now created this kind of permanent energy here. If it's not a pregnancy, you may have just like revved up, or I don't want to say you led, because Aquarius, you don't normally do that. You're not really one to tell someone you want something that you don't want, particularly where it pertains to commitment. So I feel like with this card here, Aqua, that you from the easiness of being with you, let's put it this way, from just how the person was vibing with you, they have felt like maybe the situation is more than you were really probably wanting to give it or put into it, and they've made like plans or latched onto you in some sort of way, and you're like, I feel like I'm in a relationship, but that's not, I wasn't trying to be. Do you know what I mean? But you were doing the relationship things with them. And now, like, you're like, oh, to be honest, King of Pentacles is you here. Look at this face. Over it. That's you. You're over it. You're detached now. With the King of Pentacles, you're like, also, it's hard to fault you, even though you are at fault. It's hard to fault you here because the King of Pentacles is about their business. You know, they're about their material life. They're about organizing. They're steady. They're sorting things out. They're reliable. Interestingly, for you, Aquarius, it's like you're really reliable when it comes to work or to even family. But when it comes to matters of the heart, you're not. That's just not where you give that kind of energy. And I feel like you're just like, it's hard. Like if people try to hold you accountable for this, you're like, I'm doing this. Like, what do you mean? Like, like obviously I'm over here doing this. Like, and you know, way this like this refusal energy is, it's like a refusal to deal here, is how you're Aqua. That's what you're up to. Because you also have the Page of Swords, and not only are you refusing to engage it, you're refusing to communicate here. You are not speaking, Aquarius, and the speaking could be, this could be on different levels, okay? So Aqua, this could be like literally ghosting or not talking to someone, refusing to have a conversation altogether. It can also be refusing to have a deeper level of conversation, right? So if you are in the situation where you are feeling a bit boxed in with someone, it's not that you're completely not talking to them, you just won't talk to them about the stuff that's real. If they're trying to say like, let's see where this is going, you're not trying to have that conversation, you know, you're just kind of checked out. Now, I did say I want to double back to this Lovers card, or that's what I was thinking, but I think we'll go into this in the extended reading and really understand what happened with this like higher path that was available to you, to this spiritual path that you just did. It was like you missed it purely by not choosing it. We're going to see what's going on with that energy, because you also have the Three of Swords in reverse. Now, this could be old heartbreak or suppressed heartache here. With you, it's likely old. It's stuff from the past. Yeah, it's like you were hurt, Aquarius. Something hurt you in a serious way. And since then, you've been really shut down like this, you know, no matter what you're saying to people externally, you're just about your work and your business and your creativity and your abundant life. And you're like, this kind of energy is like, I'll give you my body. Sorry to be crude for those of you who don't like it. I'll fuck you, but I'm not trying to love you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can have this bit of me, but this bit of me is not available to you. And because of that, you actually have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which is like not being able to start anything real, not being able to start anything solid. It's also the refusal of your blessings. Now, I'm not saying that you're struggling and that you have nothing in life, because that's not King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles has plenty. But do you have the things that are in alignment with you? Do you have the purposeful things? Do you have the things that God wants for you? With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, no. And for the most part, it's because you don't want to take it. Because to take it would require you to deal with this, and you've decided that you don't want to. You have the Fool card in reverse, and we're going to be looking at this. Probably we're going to look at the heartache energy here too, but we're going to be looking at this Fool card in reverse for the... I'm going to also, in the extended, I'm also going to pull some cards for cross watchers, those of you who are dealing with an Aquarius, and get some advice for you. If you're watching on Instagram, there's going to be a part 2 because we're coming up to 10 minutes. With this Fool card in reverse, this for me feels like a secret hopelessness, because I think that actually, Aqua, some things are actually going quite well for you. Some things are good, some things are on point, some things are beautiful, some things are genuinely a new start, but in reverse, it's not an optimistic new start. It's not a, you're not feeling revitalized, it's not joyful. It may look like that to others, you know, others might be like, what a wonderful time, to be alive. But you're not loving it, Aquarius, because actually you've got this Nine of Wands here, and you know that. For me, it feels like your pain and your wounding is catching up with you. It's like you are having to slow down in some way, and you can't keep outrunning your pain. And so while you may be having new job opportunities and maybe even new relationship opportunities and new things happening in your life, right, activity, underneath it you feel like this. And your last card here, Aquarius, is actually the Eight of Cups in reverse. The word I keep hearing is refusal. I mean, you're a stubborn sign. You're co-ruled by Saturn. You're ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and it's like, we know you're the maverick. We know you're the independent one. We know you have your own mind, your own path. You do what you want. And those of you who are especially Saturn influenced, stubborn, hard to persuade, you're the type of energy that has to learn by experiencing it. You won't let someone purely tell you. You have to go down that path yourself. And I feel just this constant word of refusal with you. There's been so much refusal, and this Nine of Cups in reverse is more refusal. Now, this is like walking away from something emotionally, but that you didn't realize you didn't leave, right? You left maybe physically, maybe you departed, maybe you severed a connection, maybe you left a job situation, whatever, and you were under impression that leaving would be an emotional departure for you, and it hasn't been. Actually, all your emotional investment, all your feeling is sitting exactly where you left it. Now, for those of you who are watching on Instagram, before I go, or on YouTube, before I go on to the extended, I'm just going to pull some cards for you just to see where all this energy has left you this month. Particularly with your ruler Uranus going retrograde again in Taurus. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, Spirit. I don't tend to shuffle on camera, but I enjoy it when I do. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. We end up in a good place. And I'll go into more detail in the extended, but right here you have the King of Pentacles here. This is really reaping what you sow. Aye. That's why I was like, aye, aye, aye. This energy is now, Aquarius, you're going to reap what you have sown. You're going to have to deal with the choices and the decisions that you've made, and the legacy, the consequences, cause and effect, karma of what you've been up to for the last 12 months. I feel like you're going to have to deal with that. Queen of Pentacles is also here, so I feel like you're not necessarily going to be dealing alone. I feel like you may have support from someone. This is actually a Virgo card. You may have support from another earth sign, someone who's a counselor, someone who's quite wise. So if you're thinking about counseling, it's a good time for you to go and really assess where you found yourself in your life or why. But I also feel with both the King and the Queen of Pentacles here, even in the way that I'm holding it, their backs are to each other, but when it's down on the table, they're looking at each other. There is like a need to confront what you have left or not chosen that was actually for you. Like, I know everyone says that what's for you can't miss you. I mean, yeah, spirituality is complex, fam. That's not necessarily true. It's like you can have things come to you and you can choose not to take them. And I say this to some of my clients sometimes. I'm just checking how long I've been talking. I say this to my clients sometimes in terms of like timelines, and particularly the Wheel of Fortune card, where it's like what is available, what is open to you now. And if you miss something, if you don't choose something, there is often a time lapse before that energy comes around again. Now, it may come around again in a different form, right? In a different experience. It may be the same energy, the same lesson, the same healing for you, but with somebody else, or in a different situational scenario. And so in that way, what's for you won't miss you. But there is a cost, let's say. Okay, there is a cost in time, there is a cost in karma, there's a cost in experience that you have to erode, you therefore go down in between, waiting for the right energy, for the alignment to circle back to you. And I feel like you're going to have to deal with now contemplating why when you showing up as the King of Pentacles twice in your reading, we're presented with the Queen of Pentacles, why you did not make a choice. In the extended, I'll look at what the Queen of Pentacles is, right? It doesn't have to be an earth sign or a Virgo. Like, it could be an energy, it could be a situation. I'll have a look and see what that represents for you. You've also got the Prince of Swords, right? So this is you cutting yourself off, right? This would be, you know, this person's on a chariot, but there's discord, there's no harmony, no union in the direction of this chariot. There's a need to sever the small self that's like, it's what I'm saying about your stubbornness. No, I want to do this. No, I'm going to do that. No, I'm not going to do it. It's the refusal to listen. There is now a need to deal with that kind of mental immaturity here. Because you've got the Devil card here, which is like facing facts, okay? It's like, now... This is what I heard is now that we found love, what are we going to do with it? I don't know why that's the lyric, but it's like facing it. Well, I guess that is the lyric, because you literally have the Lover's card. And it's like, now that you had love, what were you going to do with it? And the Devil card is back, like, so what have you been doing? Like, what are you doing with the love, with the gifts, with the purpose that's been given to you? Facing facts here. Once you're able to face that, there will be an opening up for you with the Fool card, Aquarius, a new start, a new journey, the cycle opening again. And you do have the Success card, okay? So you'll be good. You'll get your fire, your vim back, you'll be on track again, but you can't do it unless you face what you've been avoiding and refusing up until this point. So in the extended, I'm just going to go a bit deeper on all of these messages and see what's happening for you. If this has resonated with you, then join me. You can watch it at NicoleBlack.com/extended. If you'd like to come to ASTROMIXER again, tickets at NicoleBlack.com/shop. Thank you so much for listening, Aquarius. I will see you super soon. I'm sending you much love. Mwah.